Good morning, everyone. Magooch, Tommy, hello. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing good.
Don't be this guy.
There are two types of videographers, those that use gimbals and those that hate them. Most beginners overuse their gimbal. They rely way too much on the gimbal to do all the work for them and don't actually think about the camera moves that they're making. So here are 3 easy gimbal moves that will make you look like a pro. I'm using the Zhiyun Weebill 3 with my Canon R6 Mark II, and notice how slow this push in is. Without a gimbal, it's really hard to get this type of slow, smooth, cinematic footage. Don't just float in midair. I've added this extra grip to my Weebill 3. This will give you better reach and allows you to shoot follow shots that are closer to the ground. Following your subject can add more energy and excitement, but make sure to use a heel-toe ninja walk to smooth out that bounce in your step. But my favorite gimbal shot is a little bit more challenging and may actually require you to slow down the sensitivity of your joystick, but if you can pull it off, an orbital shot is a great way to show off the environment around your subject. There are 2 types.
All right, then. So we got the gimbal over here. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile SE, and this is how you use it. It's very, very straightforward. All you have to do is open it up just like that. Boom. Then make sure it's fully charged. On the very front, you press and hold this button right here for about 2 seconds. It'll come online, and then all you have to do is mount your phone just like this. Boom. And bam, once you got your phone mounted, there's that smooth motion, as you guys can see. Look at that. Let's focus on this carbon fiber right over here. Oh, look at that. Smooth motion. Very, very nice. So it's actually very easy to use once you set.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook.
Is it possible for
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
All bicycle paths here.
We are gardeners.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, fucking commercials.
I'm going to talk about what works, what doesn't work, what works kind of so-so, and what works kind of not so well. Basically, we'll run through all no-like marketing fluff to start to finish. I'm going to do it in both 2 ways, both the Facebook way as well as the everything else way, which is kind of the way GoPro categorizes it.
That's freaking hilarious, Magooch. Gimbals. What's that from? I know I've heard that.
Live streaming standpoint. One caveat, you are going to go ahead and need some sort of Wi-Fi connectivity. You can create a Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone, you can connect to another Wi-Fi hotspot, but you do need to be able to connect to Wi-Fi something in order for this entire thing to work. Also, you need a GoPro Hero 7 Black as well. Without this, you can't do anything either. So in order to get started, we'll jump right to the phone that's
Not going to watch that whole video, but it's a good video if anybody wants to live stream from a GoPro 7. Tells you what you can and can't do. It's not perfect.
when it goes back into kind of like a setup process here, usually it'll take a couple seconds while it switches over the Wi-Fi from the camera to my hotspot. Just like before, you still need a hotspot of some sort of Wi-Fi signal, so you got to go ahead and make. Okay, I'm just kind of curious whether or not it's even working. If it is, I'm going to try to ride out here and see how well this holds this signal. Off we'll go and do some riding and see how this looks from a how's that, a little better. So hope you can hear me. Not quite sure. I'll turn things around real quick.
As far as the noise goes, there's so many different things that you can get for the GoPro. I've got a tripod that has a light that goes on top of it and a microphone. I've got a microphone, an extra microphone that you plug in. You need an extra battery for that. It's a whole fucking thing. And then I've even got the high wind attachment, the big old fluffy thing that goes over the microphone. So I got the thing that can go on your hat. You can swim with it in your mouth. What else? There's so many things. You can put it on your fucking dashboard, wherever. It's very versatile. I think it's better just recording with it than live streaming, but I was also looking at they were at a big department store like Sears. Okay, gotcha. That's hilarious. And then I was also looking up some other cameras too. Let's see here. Like if you just want to record, in 4K, underwater, you can do everything with this one. This one's $70. Pro Extreme 4K action cam. Don't think you can live stream with it though. And they ranked this one a 9.8. And I went on there, and this one, you can get like 4 or 5 cameras for under $300 for the same price as a GoPro. So that would be for somebody that, wanted to set up multiple angles in different spots for under $300, 5 of those cameras. That's pretty badass. You can put them all underwater. Anything DJI has got to be good. This one is the Osmo Action 4. I don't know what it does, but it looks pretty cool. The lens looks cool. And then the GoPro Hero 12 Black. That's the newest one. So I wonder if the live streaming, I haven't looked into it yet. I wonder if the live streaming capabilities are better now with the 12 than when they had it on the 7. You would think for as big as he is, would have a crazy equipment and only has his original camera and won't change. Your nephew? Hey, what works? If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I get it. Some people have won championships with the same putter. I think it was who was it? Nick Faldo, maybe. Somebody went to like a pro golf discount and bought a $20 putter. I think it was back in the 80s, and won a championship with a major. I love that. I love that GoPro. You can do a lot of things with it. But yeah, that's cool that he's using the same camera. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. I heard that somewhere just recently. All right, let me get rid of all these. It's crazy when you don't really know what shape you're in mentally. I actually slept really good last night. I didn't get up until 5 o'clock this morning. No, that's not true. I got up. I got up a little bit earlier than that for a little while, but then I went back to bed, and I got up at 5. So I slept pretty good last night. But trying to think about what I'm going to talk about for this show, I have no clue. My brain just went ka-clunk. He believes more in the editing. Yeah, no, I could get that. I see that for sure. The thumbnails, are hugely important. Let's see here. Yeah, the thumbnails are just spot on. Like this one with the silhouette fish and the question mark. Look at those views too. Hundreds of thousands of views per episode. That's crazy. It's easy to tell, that he loves what he does. You know what I mean? Just, I get the same vibe from that as I do when I look at all of my photos from all of my chocolate and stuff like that. Way cool. Yeah, he nailed it. He knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't need to change anything. Hold on one sec here. I did a photo dump on Facebook the other day. Since I got I got this new phone, the pictures come up weird on my Facebook. It left a whole gap of like 2 years of photos are not on there. But it just sent me down memory lane looking at some of my older photos. So these are actually from a couple days ago, these ones. I'm going to scroll through these real quick. Where's the arrow at? There it is. He just left literally 2 minutes ago with the crew for Orlando to video. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Florida's the shit, man. I kind of halfway hope my daughter ends up moving down there. I don't know if she's going. She was going to for a minute, then she bailed on it. It's got to be the right time. She's got a couple different options where she could go. I think Tampa. I don't know exactly where Becky's at now. They were in Coral Springs, but I think they're down more by Miami. I don't know exactly. And she's got her Aunt Lori there. So I think she's got like 3 different options where she could go. The crazy thing is everybody's a lesbian down there that she knows. But that's just a different story. He works 7 days, anywhere from 16 to 20 hours every day. Yep. Loves what he does. Yep. I do too. Not that much. I don't work that much, but I do work a lot. I got to figure out how to make it pay off a little bit better for me. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there with all these products. These chocolate covered strawberry. A lot of these I made years ago, but These are edible cocoa butter sheets that you can wrap around certain things. Oops. How do I get that off of there? There we go. There we go. Chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter icing. Somebody wanted some Star Wars Yoda chocolate strawberries one time. These little guys, you can even eat these. They're just edible images that you can print off of sheets of sugar. Banana cupcakes, s'mores bars. Some of these were just experiments. Pistachio covered strawberries. I don't sell those. I forgot I even made those. Edible images. Raspberry lemonade cupcake. I even put the little candy pieces on there. I don't have any more of that stuff now, but cupcake with little marshmallow ears. Those are just marshmallows I cut in half to make like rabbit ears. Cupcakes. It's crazy how many things I've made. Chocolate covered strawberry roses. Those take an insane amount of chocolate. That's why I don't make them. A chocolate Xbox controller. You flip that thing upside down, fill it with candy, seal it off with more chocolate, and then I sell it with a mallet, a wooden mallet. You break it open like a chocolate piñata. James, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're just looking at my Facebook, some of my chocolate work. There's some different chocolate strawberries with chocolate roses. Some more cocoa butter. These are just sheets of cocoa butter. That I cut them out. I dip the strawberry in chocolate, wrap it around. If you guys really want to know how to do it, I could teach you. Some strawberries I made to look like weed one time for 420. Not this year. I think this was like 2022, 2023. We got a strawberry crunch strawberry, chocolate covered Oreos with edible images, strawberry pecan turtles, and another chocolate strawberry. Guess you could call that like a fair theme, state fair, farm. I can't remember what they wanted. I think it was for like a cowgirl theme, something I did. It's kind of hard to see that picture, but those are graduation necklaces. Just a necklace I made just with different random pieces of candy and then a big box of candy on the bottom, like Flavor Flav would wear. There's some different pictures of them. $20 each. Some years they're popular, some years they're not. Grateful, hello, good to see you. Blueberry cupcakes. I forgot I even made blueberry cupcakes, but I did at one point. Huckleberry cupcakes. Now that's what I'm known for right there. One of my top 2 bestsellers probably. Well, I don't know if it's a bestseller, but these are hot cocoa bombs that I made. I bought these mugs at a Native American event. There was 4 of them. So I designed hot cocoa bombs around the mugs. There was 4 different colors. And then I did chocolate dipped wooden spoons. And I gave away all 4 sets. I did like a drawing one year for my customers. Pokeball hot cocoa bombs. Hot cocoa bombs were really popular for a while. So when I first started, I had tables. I would do like I would have 2 or 3 tables set up, and it would literally be all hot cocoa bombs. Dulce leche, chocolate dipped, rolled in peanuts. So it's a caramel apple. Then I dipped it in chocolate and rolled it in peanuts. The problem, I don't do these anymore. The problem is that chocolate will slide right off that caramel. It's not a normal caramel. Chocolate strawberries that I put in a vase. Believe it or not, I sold 30 dozen of those to somebody one time because she was giving them away to a whole bunch of people. That was one of my very first orders, actually. This would have been in 2021. These ones here that I made. Crazy. Not real impressed with those ones, but I did, unfortunately, I did make those. I sell snow cones in the summertime. That's the first little snow cone machine I started with. I have a way better one now, but $50 on Amazon, you can get one of these. You can get them cheaper on the Chinese websites. Salted caramel truffles. Yeah, Magooch, for real. You know, I just suck at the internet. That's the problem, you know. I feel like, you know, my strawberries are some of the best ever created. You know, some of them I don't even have pictures of on here, like my Alice in Wonderland ones, and some of them I've done, and, you know, they just, people that are half retarded can get 200,000 views with their chocolate strawberries, and mine get 200. So I would love some help figuring that out. The salted caramel truffles, yeah. I have a whole bunch of different. That's actually a magnet mold, not the polycarbonate magnet mold, where you take a sheet of the cocoa butter, you cut it out and you put it down, and there's a magnet you stick down. And the problem with those and all the other ones is you have to. They're just time consuming, and I never figured out how to sell my my chocolates, my little bonbons. I made a ton of them in the beginning. I made some that I made them look like Vincent van Gogh, like his famous painting of the alien on the dock. I did some really cool shit, but they don't make any money, and I need money, so I go with what sells. Patty, hello, good to see you. But I've taken classes to make bonbons at this lady that owns a cake shop in Linwood, and she'll have, you know, chocolate ganache, and she'll have like a dark chocolate ganache, milk chocolate ganache, and a white chocolate ganache, and then everything you can think of to flavor it with. You'd be surprised what you can use to flavor ganaches with, you know. And it's really just a matter of just being creative and, you know, figuring out what works. You can use alcohol and, you know, essential oils and extracts, all different. And then you can layer your truffles and bonbons. There's all different sizes and shapes. It's a whole thing. Let's see here. What else do we got? Huckleberry lemonade cupcake. Some caramel apples, dark chocolate Oreo, hot Cheeto, sprinkle, and waffle cone. I forgot I even made those. That had been years ago. I'm guesstimating. I started making caramel apples, I think, in 2023, and I've made about 3,000 caramel apples because I bought 3 boxes of 1,000 bubble wraps that you put the apple in. So 3,000 caramel apples under my belt, 100,000 strawberries. I don't know how many cupcakes. Bacon maple caramel apples. I made these live on Slim's show on YouTube one night a couple years ago. Regular caramel apples, my apple pie caramel apples. These ones got cinnamon and sugar, pecans, and white chocolate. Pretty good seller around the holidays. Gonna have to raise the price on those this year. Caramel apples are the risk killer. Yes, well, that's why I use this caramel. This is the dulce leche caramel. This is like butter. It's like it's to dip an apple in it. It's like dipping it almost in like dipping it in water. So it's that easy. Not quite as easy as water would be, but it's way easier than regular caramel. It's just messy, very messy. You try to put one of my apples into a bubble wrap, you're going to get some of the caramel on the sides. It is what it is. And they make a mess, you know. It's better to get my apples with a topping on it, but I have a lot of people that like them just the way they are, and they'll eat those apples right there in front of me too. I knew I had a hit when I first started making these, and I was at a chocolate event. It was a wine and chocolate festival, and this dude was still in his military, his military uniform. And he buys a caramel apple, and he had these huge white teeth too. And he just throws the bubble wrap in the garbage, and he just goes to town on that apple. And it took it like 4 bites for him to consume that apple. It was crazy. And he just gives me a big thumbs up when he was done. I was like, hell yeah. It's like, I wish I should have recorded that. You know, the guy's teeth alone was a commercial. If you are not computer savvy, it's so hard to get started and get going. Yes. You know, and I get pissed off and my buddy will talk to me about it. You know, I know he means well. He said it the other day about TikTok, and it just about set me off the fucking deep end. I was like, Brian, stop talking about TikTok. I do not give a fuck. I mean, I literally went off. He got it. You know. So, but I do need to get on. I do need to figure it out. I got plenty of pictures. I got pictures for days. Mickey Mouse caramel apples. I charge $13 for these. I don't like to make them. It's not a very good picture here. The Minnie Mouse ones are better. But those ones, these take so much work and have so much product on them. They're caramel dipped. Then they're chocolate dipped. You put marshmallows on it, cut the marshmallows, put them up top, dip that whole thing in milk chocolate. Then you dip half of it in white chocolate, roll it in sprinkles, and put M&Ms on it. $13. Some people would charge probably $25 because I know people around here. I'm raising my prices. My plain caramel apple is going to be $6 now. It's been $5 for a plain caramel apple. Shit. There's one event I go to where the lady charges $13 for her flavored caramel apples. The most you're going to pay for mine is $7. Unless it was a themed one like this, I was charging $13, which I could not keep in stock. I just don't like to make them. They take too long, and they take too much of my chocolate. What else we got? Deviled strawberries. I make these once in a while. You cut strawberries in half, flavored whipped cream, different toppings. I catered a party one time where they ordered 300 of these different flavor things. I put huckleberry on them, chocolate ganache, all kinds of stuff. I put different characters on my snow cones when I do snow cones. Everybody loves the Harley Quinn. It's blue raspberry and cherry. It's like my most popular snow cone. And huckleberry lemonade. I sell a ton of huckleberry lemonade, which I'm going to start selling that on May 2nd. Not this next Saturday, but the Saturday after at the farmer's market. Finally opens back up. Some different flavored caramel apples. The apple pie one looks like s'mores. This one looks like it has popcorn on it. I've got some strange requests for certain things. Pumpkin spice. They just don't look very visually appealing. I didn't sell too many of those. Here we have a huckleberry loaf cake with my huckleberry filling I make. White chocolate and coconut. White chocolate strawberry crunch. Milk chocolate peanut. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate Oreo. And white chocolate with Fruity Pebble. This is my caramel apple pie loaf cake. That's a white cake. And then the apple pie filling I injected into the cake. That icing, I take the dulce leche caramel from my apples and mix it with a vanilla whipping ice to make that caramel icing. I forgot I even made those things. I need to make those again. Little logo ChatGPT made. I made these for I think it was like a 16th birthday party. Trays of strawberries. I did 8 trays, I think. 10 trays of strawberries for a party one time. Let's see, 60 times 800. Probably more than that. Probably like 12 trays of strawberries. They ordered 800 strawberries for one party and 600 strawberries for another party. Tiramisu in a jar. I think I sold 2 of those, 8, maybe 3 of them, and threw the rest away. Chocolate Dubai brownie. Somebody asked me to make those. I sold a few of them. Everybody loves the bars. These didn't catch on. Anything K-pop Demon Hunter is popular. Somebody ordered 4 dozen of these. This was just a couple weeks ago, actually. Rice Krispie treats. Just some different strawberries, Mariners, Seattle Mariners. I made those probably like 2022. This is my tent set up at for a Native American powwow. This was probably 2022, I would say. I had a little prize wheel up there. Kids love that. Come up and they spin the wheel and they just win a piece of candy or something. This is my drink setup I did one time when I was doing Red Bulls, flavored Red Bulls and Lotus, which is like a plant-based energy drink. Good Lord, I forgot I did all those syrups. Look at all those things. 3, 6. Jesus. It's like 24 different flavors of syrup there. What was I thinking? Never forget this unicorn. I just bought this as a decoration. Some little girl started coming up crying at my stand and wanted that unicorn. So I sold it to the mom. She goes, "Can I please buy that?" I was like, "Yeah." So I looked it up on Amazon and I just charged her, whatever I paid for. I think it was like $40. Like, okay. Yes, I've set up my tent. I don't do it that fancy. That's a 3-day event, those powwows and stick games. So you can leave your tent there overnight. They have, overnight security. But yeah, no, I've set up my tent several hundred times. In 5 years, I probably set it. I say an average of, guaranteed twice a week. So that's 100 times a year, we'll say. So 500 times, give or take, 400 to be safe, that I've set that tent up and down. And the one I have now is extremely heavy. Breaks my back. I need to get a new one. All this was done for a single party. The cookies I didn't make. I had my ex make the cookies. She's a professional baker. They ordered cookies. Some more salted caramel truffles up there, cut in half. Now here's a better picture. Now you could do it like that, and that's just actually just caramel in there. Or you could do it with salted caramel chocolate ganache, which I do is really good. San Francisco 49er strawberries. One of my friend's wife is a fan. I think they went to the Super Bowl a couple of years. So that's why she ordered these. Reese's peanut butter cupcakes. S'mores. Peanut butter surprise. I did it. I used to do drawings all the time. Chocolate dip cinnamon bears. I still do those once in a while. So that's a large marshmallow with a wooden spoon stuck in it, chocolate dipped with sprinkles. And the idea was just to stir it up in your hot cocoa. I don't know if I sold any of those or not. I don't make those anymore. Chocolate dipped marshmallow squares, it looks like. I don't even remember how I got those. I either made that marshmallow myself, which I don't remember doing. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't remember. I mean, I remember those. I don't remember how the marshmallows came about because those are not store-bought marshmallows. But I don't personally remember making marshmallows. But I know my ex gave me some weird-looking marshmallows one time, but that's a lot of marshmallows. I don't remember her giving me that many. And those look like I cut them myself. I don't know. You can order a tray of those. You can fit about 5 dozen strawberries on there, 60 strawberries, give or take. Can't remember how much I charged for those, like $1.20, I think. Fruity Pebble. Oh, some little, that's half of a hot cocoa bomb with these little, I don't know if that's K-pop Demon Hunter, Hello Kitty, or what the hell that is inside. Hot cocoa bombs. Look at all those hot cocoa bombs. You got Mickey and Minnie Mouse hot cocoa bombs. Pokeball hot cocoa bombs. And I know there's, this right here is the Harry Potter. So I had Butterbeer. Butterbeer hot cocoa bombs. I even made hot cocoa bombs for the Harry Potter to make him look like the Golden Stitch or whatever that stupid ball is with the wings. I made the wings that attach to the fucking hot cocoa bomb. I mean, that's how popular these things are. I have sold thousands of hot cocoa bombs. My God. I did have chocolate strawberries on the table, though. Wow. Look at all that work. There's another one of the sets that I did for the black mug. Oh, that's it. What a photo dump that was. Holy shit. Yes, I can do Seahawk strawberries. And I do from time to time. Wood coffee stirs always leave ick flavor in my coffees. Not sure. Yeah, I don't like wood spoons at all. They do something weird in my mouth. Sorry, I missed some of these. Don't feel bad about changing more. Have you ever had those dipping dots by weight? They are probably 1,000 pounds for nothing. Yeah, those are weird. Those flash frozen little tiny ice cream balls. I was so excited to try those. I heard about them, and then I was so disappointed when I tried them. I was like, what the fuck is this? Hard to beat a traditional gooey brownie, yes. Yeah, you're not going to beat, exactly like what I want to do when I have my food trailer is ice cream with hot brownie, and then you can pick some sauces or whatever. I think that's like the ultimate. Cold vanilla ice cream with a ooey gooey hot brownie. I mean, it's 7:00 in the morning here. That sounds good right now. Yeah, definitely a lot of work. And the tent I have now is it's big. It's way bigger than those ones. Those ones are pretty easy to set up, believe it or not. But the one that I have, it's got hexagon sides right now. They don't last forever. You can get them on the internet for less than $100, but this one I paid $1,600 for with all the attachments. It's got my logo on it and shit. But it's a beast to set up. All right, let's get yeah, I don't know, Magooch. If we could figure it out, that would be awesome. There's got to be a way to do it. And I've tried to film myself doing it from the kitchen before. It just there's definitely got to be a way to do it. And it's a lot of editing. Like your nephew says, it's all about the editing. You can't, I don't know. It's hard to watch unless you do it right. And I don't even know if I'm the right person to do it. I think I just need to hire some hot chick to do it. I don't think anybody wants to watch me dip strawberries. Maybe. I do want to make a book. I do want to write a book on how to dip strawberries. I don't care if anybody buys it or not. I just want my own book. And I think 100,000 strawberries dipped in chocolate qualifies for at least a little book or a chapter in somebody's book or something. Ding dong. Let's just start watching some videos. Megyn Kelly's talking about, I think, Trump. He turned his back on Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones.
There are aspects of his personality which are obviously not good and that we've mostly just chosen to overlook. He's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband in the world. And he's extremely petty and thin-skinned, extremely petty and thin-skinned. And what we're seeing right now is he's turning on his most loyal supporters because they don't support this war and getting in bed with people who fucking hate him and have hated him from the beginning and were the original Never Trumpers, as though that's what MAGA is. That's what his core support should look like. Meanwhile, there are many who are over here who have loved Trump for many, many years. We've had our skirmishes in the past. Tucker's had skirmishes with him. I have too, but who fought harder than a lot of others during the lawfare against him to make sure people knew that it was bullshit, stood up for him during the actual electoral contest to make sure people understood what was at stake and why he had to be the choice, who he just, there's no loyalty in return ever from Trump, ever. If you have a principled disagreement with something he does, you're otherized. You're the enemy.
Yeah. Russell Brand there. I don't know where I've seen it, but I seen something where it said that he admitted that he slept with a 16-year-old girl when he was 30. I don't know if anybody knows anything about that, but you don't get a pass for that, dude. If that is true. What the fuck is that all about? Right, Tommy? So, I don't know. My brain's going a mile a minute right now. Steve Witkoff, who is son of Zach Witkoff, who also happens to be Donald Trump Jr.'s best friend, as well as CEO of their crypto scheme, partnership of World Liberty Financial. Note that Steve Witkoff is the top negotiator with Iran right now. So this is his son getting busted with cocaine.
It's right here.
Oh, you just got drugged.
What's this? What is that?
Yo. Oh, come on, bro. You know it's not even mine.
It came from your pocket, so.
Come on, bro. You know it's not even mine. So the top negotiator for the war with Iran right now, his son is getting busted with coke. So that's how their family's running. Where are these guys? They got me waiting in the lobby. Whoops. Well, if you want to come up, you can come up and, yeah. You can come up and throw them under the bus if you want. So you're taking them to the airport? Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Hello, sir.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing? Nada.
Good. Just waiting for these guys. I don't know where they are.
You taking them to the airport?
No, tonight. I'm taking them to a couple different things around here today. Here's the lobby. This is the hotel they're in. You might have seen it already, but welcome to the Garden State. Cozy spot.
Well, if you can't find them, I'd start with the buffet. That's probably where you'll find Todd.
They just finished. Cozy, right?
That's awesome. That looks way cool. Ain't nobody in there either.
No, they just finished breakfast. That's why. Over here is where the breakfast buffet was. They just finished up. And this is where they get their coffee. This is where Thindo gets his coffee in the morning.
Oh, I bet he loves that. Hey, he's jumping on with us right now. Good morning.
What's up, buddy?
Where the fuck are you?
I'm by your piano.
You know what? You fucking need mental help. I'm gonna wait. Stay there. I'm gonna Mossada. Make sure you keep the. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him when I get down there. You're gonna see his head bang off that piano. Let me go. I'm going down there to tackle him. Goodbye.
This is the outside. Look how beautiful it is out here.
Holy shit.
This is the outside.
Oh, wow. It looks like you froze up.
Yeah, this is cool.
Oh,
did I?
No, you're good now.
Cool spot back here. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's way cool. Is there a pool back there, or where's the pool at?
There was a pool in that. That was the pool house right there.
Okay.
They took the pool out. Wasn't getting any traction or any action, so they're making another banquet hall back here in this building.
Oh, nice. Nice
Yeah,
little water fountain there. That's cool. I bet that looks cool at night.
Yeah, it's great at night. We come at night. Yeah. Gazebo you can sit under. It's cozy.
Yeah, that looks way cool. Good food there or what?
And then yeah, very good. Then you walk. This is the dining room part. Now we're gonna. What is that? Is that gas? Not gas. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, we get bad service in here. Yeah, we get bad service in here.
It is a beautiful hotel, though. I like, even the floors are cool.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah, it's cool.
I like that checkered floor.
I'm going to go up here. From up here, you can see. It's a great spot, man. And you can sit up here if you want.
Wow.
Where you'll overlook that. You know?
Yeah, that is beautiful. Oh, my desserts would look great right there.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Right on this table. Yeah, so you can see
Yeah,
where
nice.
when they have like entertainment, they put them right by the fireplace. They put a stage over there. That's cozy.
Yeah, that is a beautiful hotel. What's the name of that?
This is Mediterranean Grill. There's steam door right there. Look at it. See him?
Yeah.
So I'm going down there now. This is Mediterranean Grill. This is Hampton Inn.
Yes.
Oh, he's got his Yo Cuz hat on. They're having a great time.
That's great. I wish I could have came.
Yeah.
Next
We're
time.
going to do it again. You can only do so much in a couple of 2 or 3 days, you know?
Exactly.
So he wants to go have a cigarette. Todd might still be sleeping. I don't even know. Is he in the chat, Todd? Is he still sleeping, the other one? All right, go outside. Did I break up on you?
No, we got you.
He's all in white. He looks like the flag. Is your camera on? No. Oh, you're not on the panel. Oh, he's not on the panel. He's out here. Beautiful, man. We got lucky, man. We had 3 incredible days. I mean, you can't. The weather, fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
It's wet.
Great.
No. So we're outside. Todd's probably sleeping still. God, he's so sick. Is he? All right, I'm logging off.
All right. Thanks for coming up.
All right, talk to him. Yeah.
Looks like those guys are having a great time. I don't know if he said that Todd was sick or not. I hope not. That was hilarious, though, wasn't it? We didn't get to see Thing Dude beat him over the head. Well, maybe they'll record it. I'm sure it'll happen. Let me get back to the X-Files here. Yeah, so we got Donald Trump Jr.'s best friend and the CEO of their crypto scheme, World Liberty Financial. The son is getting busted with cocaine. And there's already been lots of rumors of those guys doing coke. I mean, let's be honest. Donald Trump Jr. looks like he's geeked out of his mind in some of those videos. And he says he just popped a Zyn or something like that. It's like, bro, at this point, I don't put it past you guys. Yes, so glad they had good weather, 100%. Trump put out some huge tweet. Grok says, Trump's post argues that the 14th Amendment birthright citizenship was never meant for children of illegal immigrants or non-citizens. He says it's being abused to flood the country, turning into a cesspool, and slams the ACLU lawyers and courts for misreading the Constitution. He calls for ending it to protect America. Yeah, but what about all of what they're going to call legal immigrants that they want to bring over here to just basically replace Americans? So. Oh, Mr. Chud the Builder. I don't know why this guy has become so popular or what his deal is, but it's not going to end well for him.
Earmuffs on, I guess, maybe for the little ones. Hopefully there's none listening, but.
And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with the bitch and, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me.
I mean, she opens up swinging. Just in case you missed
Listen,
it.
there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black.
Wow. That is like nappy-headed. I can't even say it out loud.
Yep. And I want everybody to know she said it. Every black woman in America to know that that's what Laura Loomer said. Nappy-headed black bitch. So good luck with that, Laura. I don't know where you're going to go in America now, because there's pretty much every black bitch in this country could whoop your ass, and they're going to for you for saying that. You know, some people get passes for saying certain things. You don't get a pass for saying that one, and you're gonna find out too. I can't stand that fucking bitch. And the fact that she said that, she fucked up there. These people think that they could just come in America and just completely fucking. They don't understand who we are in America. I mean, she's trying to fit in, you know, with some of the narrative. She fucked up. She fucked up. Sorry, Laura. You shouldn't have said that. You should not have said that. You're going to get your ass kicked by somebody. Somebody's going to beat your ass. Hope you got security. Somebody asked Cash Patel, have you ever been drunk on the job?
Where we are today.
Well, I do want to give you an opportunity to respond directly to the allegations in the Atlantic article that your unexplained absences created a national security risk. And beyond that, can you say definitively that you have not been intoxicated or absent during your tenure as FBI director?
I can say unequivocally that I never listen to the fake news mafia. And as when they get louder, it just means I'm doing my job. This FBI director has been on the job twice as many days as every director before me. What that means is I've taken half as many days off as those before me. What that means is I've taken a third less vacation than those before me. What that means is that this FBI with this Department of Justice has dropped the murder rate 20 points. What that means is this FBI with this Department of Justice has captured 8 of the top 10 most wanted fugitives in the world, twice as many as the Biden administration did in its entire 4 years. What that means is this FBI has seized enough fentanyl off the streets to kill 178 million Americans, a 31% increase. What that means is this FBI and this DOJ has arrested 43% more spies in 14 months than the entirety of the Biden administration. What that means is this FBI has seen a reduction in.
What that means is you're a little fag. Okay? You're just a little girl, Cash Patel. Shut the fuck up already. What this means is. Sorry, I'm reading something real quick. What this means is, golly, this fucking guy. Did he answer the question? Have you drank on the job? Yes or no? Motherfucker. Question mark. Yeah, we don't believe any of your Bugs Life crap. Exactly. Exactly. I do remember Imus in the morning. Yeah, he did get raked over the coals for that. I do. I didn't remember that till you said something, but I vaguely remember him doing that now. Yeah, and she does just throw shit out till it sticks. She's gonna pay for that one. I already know it, and I'm here for it. Good old Cash Patel. What a moron, man. Even Todd Blanche can't stand him. The dude next to him, the Attorney General, Attorney General. Yeah, Imus was cool. Yeah, he was Howard Stern's arch nemesis, right? For a while. Didn't they go toe-to-toe? Or was it Imus against Rush Limbaugh? Or somebody had beef back in the day. I just seen a video. I don't know if I played it on here or not, where somebody happened to drive by Art Bell's radio station. I think it was in California. The Coast to Coast guy. That was an awesome radio show. Everybody loved Art Bell. Imus hated everyone. Yeah, he did. Kind of reminds me of me a little bit, I guess. I'll probably turn into an Imus as I'm only 52. I can only imagine me in my 70s. Good Lord. I might break records. I might be. I could go down as the fucking crankiest old man of all time. But he eventually got under your skin. Yeah, they always do. They always, have to pivot. Yeah, there's nothing like a good morning drive entertainment, right? That's what I love about YouTube now. Driving out to my granddaughters, it takes, depending on traffic, it could take 30, 40 minutes or so to get there. And it's plenty of time to watch something, listen to something. Catch up. But it's crazy. A lot of times, the last few days I've been so busy, I don't even have time to push buttons on my phone. My phone will be sitting there in the kitchen. And if I had time to go over to it and turn it on and go to YouTube and play something so I could just listen to it in the background, that'd be great. I don't even have time to do that because I'm always working. I got to have clean hands, and they're always got shit on them from something that I'm working on, and I never have time. Or my head's got to be in the game. The oven's on. This is mixing. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there. So you just don't have time to do that, which is fine. But then I'll get in the car, and it's like you just kind of decompress, and then that's like, okay, well, I have a little free time. Do I want to think about some shit, or do I want to watch? You know what I mean? It's just nice to have. And I feel that's why I feel fortunate to have Candace, and even though it sucks for Charlie Kirk, but it's been highly, highly entertaining for somebody, like me that just needs. I don't even know how to describe it. High energy, high. My brain craves, like, I'm just a nerd by nature. And when I watch people that it's like so much information I can't even take it all in, then I'm satisfied. I think he saw what politicians were before a lot of us did. He saw through yeah. It's true. IMS, Rush, Alex Jones has been around since the 90s. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been fighting the good fight for us. And then when it comes to Cash Patel, it's just so easy to see through him. He's such a clown. Yeah, we need Candace for sure. Disneyland, riding on a horse. How did that get on the horse is what I want to know. It's got a weight on it. That's just hard to watch. Like, wasn't there a guy on with Imus? There was a dark-haired guy with the mustache that was kind of like his straight. Yeah, let me see if I can find the old Imus. Not a great video.
Listen to it. I would suggest that that's what you do this morning.
No, I would urge and encourage.
And one potentially unfortunate aspect of all of this, of the simulcast on MSNBC, is that when we are in commercial break, there will be times when they will not be, and so they will be televising us while we are not on the air on the radio around the country. And
the potential exists.
The potential exists
for,
and I really am going to try, because I have I've made a concerted effort, for example, not to take the Lord's name in vain, haven't I?
I can
out of deference
congratulate
to you, because
you've done very well in that area.
One of those wacky born again Christians.
I don't think
which is fine.
Wacky's not necessary.
And I'm going to try not to swear at all.
That'll last one day.
At all.
Crazy, 1996. That's pre 9/11. You know, the world was such a much, happier-go-lucky place back then. 1996. Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy, it's like Groundhog's Day. Because that was 30 years ago, and I think, a lot of us would rather be back in 1996.
Maybe.
And said it is open season, as he put it, on any foreign aircraft or missile which violates Iraqi airspace, declaring the no-fly zones hereafter will be null and void.
Well, this is
talking about missiles and airspace and Iraq 30 years ago, and here we are today. Iran, missiles, airspace. Unfucking believable, man.
Certainly a fortuitous turn of events for the president, isn't it? Right here in the midst of this campaign kicks off yesterday.
Yeah. Well, it enables him to, certainly to push all those military.
Somewhere there's some fucking big-nosed, creepy pedophile Jews, sucking on baby blood in the background, I'm sure. Telling them what to say. When it comes to the part of the war. That just fucking set me off to hear that. This one is high intensity. I'm not going to play it. It was crazy. It's a 5-minute video of a police officer who is talking to some kids at the mall with their parent, with the mom, and he's just, being a cop. He's telling them, make sure you wear your seatbelts, this and that. I'll play the first 30 seconds of it.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. You be good.
Escúchate. Say always the
seatbelt.
Wow.
145. I think we got shots fired at the outlet mall.
And so from there, they just heard shots in the background, and 8 people ended up being killed by some crazy gunman in the mall. Well, that cop right there kills the shooter. And it's 5 minutes of him walking towards gunfire, and, it's fucking scary as shit. I'm not going to play it, but, that dude's a fucking hero. Because anybody that can run towards gunfire like that, because that dude's gun, I think he definitely had a rifle or something, because he was like, pop, 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 and he killed 8 people. Speaking of the dirty Zionist Jews.
I think she has a beard, Charlie?
I don't know about that. I just think that these, super Zionist
Jewish supporting women just seem to get themselves in relationships with like Kash Patel, Charlie Kirk, you know,
Right.
Monica Lewinsky, you know, like they just seem to be like disproportionately around all these people in positions of power. I mean, Alex Jones's wife is Jewish. Joe Rogan's wife is Jewish. You know, it's like,
well, I didn't know that.
yeah. Why do you think he'll never fucking talk about it? Why do you think he tried to convince Theo that he was crazy? Oh, we need to get well, you criticize Israel. We need to get you off those meds, boy. Come hang out with us. Yeah. Okay.
You know what's crazy? I ran my
suck.
wife, I ran her DNA through Ancestry.
And check her out.
Checked out, and I said, I knew it. She's got like 18% Jew in her.
Yeah.
Is it that much? It was 18% Sephardic Jew.
Well, see, Sephardic is actually has a lot more lineage to that. Those are actually kind of like, in my opinion,
she was all right there, Israel, Palestine.
Yeah, like I think the Ashkenazis are the big problem. Those are the Eastern Europeans that have no fucking tie to that land whatsoever. And those are all the ones that change their name.
Right.
You know, if you want to make the argument about Khazars infiltrating their religion, and there's been a lot of different arguments about, you know, satanic cults infiltrating the religion, hiding behind Jews, it would be the Ashkenazis. I mean, they got like blue eyes and blonde hair. Like they had a lot of them have no lineage whatsoever to that region, which is why they don't allow DNA testing. And so the Sephardic is actually more similar to the Palestinian. But I don't think that it starts to count until it's like 25%.
Yeah. But I still don't trust her.
Better watch your wallet.
Man, she spends my money like it's no tomorrow. It's like,
well, I think that's more of a female thing. But you still gotta watch it.
I can't blame the Jews for that. I think that's a combination thing. Yeah. Hey, so what inspired you to run for Congress in Florida?
Well, I was considering Nevada, and I kind of looked at it like a homework assignment that I had to do. It was like looming over my head. And I just pushed it off. I really didn't want, like, I don't want to be in fucking government, dude. I don't want to do this. But I hate Randy Fines so much, and he's such a scumbag. And so I felt like if I could also unseat him and get in there, and I also, the Iran war was a big driving factor as well. Like to me, that's such a fucking mistake, and we literally could be in World War III and we had absolutely no upside. Going in, we had no upside. Like they were not a threat to us whatsoever.
I think they flat out lied about that nuclear capability.
100%.
I think it's all made up. It's a figure.
They literally had a fatwa in 2004 saying it was against their religion to have a nuke or to.
And I don't think that's too hard to believe when we just watch Imus and those guys talking about airspace and missiles and with Iraq in 1996. Weapons of mass destruction. Remember that one? What bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Excuse me. But I'm so glad that Dan Brazilian there, whether people agree with him or not, is running for Congress. It's one of us that, you know, trying to unseat somebody that is anti-American, like Randy Fine. He calls him Fat Jew Randy Fine. If you've seen that TMZ interview, it was awesome. So I hope he wins. And we need more people that are just like real Americans running in government. That's the only thing that's going to save us. Candace Owens had one of the most explosive podcasts to date yesterday with this guy. And I can't remember what his name is. I want to say like Corby or something like that. He invented a folding AR rifle that can fit in a backpack. And he thought was going to be used. They were going to give them to school resource officers around the country to, help prevent school shootings. And come to find out, the guy that wanted the gun from him, like, what did Candace call it? Dark psychiatry. This poor guy right here, there's another dude, Victor Marks, who basically brainwashed this guy and made him believe that Victor was his god. And convinced him that he had demons inside of him and all this weird. It's a crazy episode. You know, if you ever wonder how somebody like David Koresh can manipulate so many people, or the Jonestown Massacre, or the Heaven's Gate with the Haley Bob Comet, how are those people able to manipulate minds to get people to commit suicide by the dozens? Well, let's listen to this guy talk, and then go down, and we're not done with Mr. Victor Marx yet. And Victor Marx, it's not this guy, it's the other guy that wanted this gun. It is crazy. Victor Marx was the first one to announce that Charlie Kirk was dead. And then he deleted the tweet. The very first person on planet Earth to say that Charlie Kirk was dead online was Victor Marx. And then he deleted the tweet. But it's a must-watch interview if you guys are like anything about MK Ultra or brainwashing or any of that stuff. It's all in there. It's crazy. This guy talks really slow, kind of like Elon Musk, so it's hard to listen to him sometimes, but it's a great podcast. Yeah, it was yesterday, Patty. My husband and I have had many conversations. I just think we'd be fools to think our police won't be turning militant. I think it's already happening. As the population grows, it's bound to. Yes. And here in Washington State, they passed these laws where immigrants can become the county sheriff. Not only are they already police officers, they can run the police departments. People that aren't even born here, that don't even fucking speak English. And so when the replacement migration comes, they're going to flood to places like here because the cops are already in place. It's crazy, scary. Yeah, no, they will 100% turn militant. They do turn militant when they have to. You know, some of the things that people have been killed in this country for by the police is just absolutely scary. You know, and anybody that knows anything about the cops knows that, you know, I don't even like leave my house at night because of the cops. You know, I like to stay. I like to have the lights on. If I have any chance of being pulled over, I want the lights on. Fuck all that. Yeah, we sure will. Yeah, it does sometimes, Patty, for sure. Yeah. You know, a lot of this stuff is like, it's been going on before we were born. It's going to be going on after we're gone. It's maddening. We just can't really let it affect us, you know, our daily lives. But yeah, no, the fear is real. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels it, you know. But it's crazy because, like, I live in fucking the shittiest neighborhood, one of the shittiest neighborhoods you fucking, not possible, but I live in a shitty neighborhood. In the middle of the city, there's a lot of people here. My buddy Brian lives in Arizona, Sun City. I'd be 55 to live there. Ain't nobody in that town. At least not in the, you know, I was there in January. It didn't seem like it was very crowded at all. But yeah, his neighbor's leaving because he can't handle all the people. So I guess it's all about perspective. You know, some people need to be on a ranch or away from everybody. Some people can't handle, you know. It's like you look at all the homeless people. They don't want to be homeless. You know, it's the wrong word because a lot of those people, all of them, you don't see them out in the middle of nowhere. They don't want to live in the middle of nowhere. They want to live where they can beg and just beg off of other people. But it would be nice to have some property somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Let's listen to Erika real quick.
One night in our kitchen area, I got the kids to bed and I was eating cereal. It was like 10 o'clock at night. That's a mom dinner, cereal at 10 p.m. And I was like basically standing there in the dark. And I looked over to the side of the wall. And when we first moved into that, we live in a small condo. When we first moved in there, Charlie and I put the Bible verse of James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4 alongside of it. And I stood there and I looked at it, and I was like, milk and cereal in my mouth, and I was like, count it all joy. And I just stood there. Count it all joy. Being persecuted and lied about, count it all joy. You're being slandered, count it all joy. You're being lied about, count it all joy. Your church is being persecuted, count it all joy. If there's graffiti all over it now, count it all joy. You have people coming in and out of your congregation, count it all joy. Count it all joy.
Count it all joy, guys. What the fuck does that mean? Count what? Count it all joy. Your husband gets murdered by your security team? Count it all joy. You know, mourn for 2 days and then wear leather pants and come out to fireworks and videotape your husband's mannequin hands from the coffin? Count it all joy. Oh, really, Patty? That's crazy. Yeah, she is a manipulator for sure. Total manipulator. A lying, manipulating. Oh, let's listen to Cash real quick about his girlfriend.
You know,
So this picture's if a picture's worth 1,000 words, Sean Hannity can't open his eyes all the way anymore because he left the Catholic Church, and he's such a cuck. I can't wait for his wife to leave him. I hope she cheats on him and he's left there crying in his underpants. You're such a loser, dude. You are such a fucking loser, Sean Hannity. An absolute disgrace. Who says that? I'm leaving the Catholic faith. I can't do it anymore. How could the Pope not support the war in Iran and killing children? Dude, you're such a fucking piece of shit. My God. And then Kash Patel, we already know.
hesitant to ask you this next question, but I think you might want an opportunity to respond, only because with the New York Times, I remember there wasn't one, but there were 2 articles written about me of my mother or my grandmother. I don't remember exactly. Listen to Sean Hannity's advice on
That's
COVID.
hilarious, Patty.
And I went to my lawyer, wanted to sue them. I was really pissed off. And at the end of the day, we decided not to go forward with it. But it was such a blatant line. I'm reading that they're going after you, that you used the FBI because you didn't like a story about your girlfriend. And is there any truth to that? Because I've known you a long time. It just doesn't sound like you.
Absolutely not. The reality is, and thanks, Sean, is that this same reporter delivered a baseless story which caused a direct threat of life to my girlfriend. And that's not me saying. This individual has been charged, arrested, and is in court. And he said, as a direct result of the New York Times reporting, he wanted to take a rifle and canoe my girlfriend's face. We are going to protect not only me and my loved ones, but every American that is threatened. And the baseless New York Times came in over the top today and tried to delete that past reporting, refused to accept our comments, and refused to turn the attention to the actual court pleadings and the myriad of threats that have resulted.
Oh, shut up, you little fucking bitch. You know, Sean Hannity, I'm leaving the Catholic Church. That would be like me doing a whole show. I'm leaving the social club. Tommy doesn't talk about the things that he used to talk about. You know, I can't believe he still supports Thindu's show after Thindu put me in the bathroom. I'm leaving the social club, guy. I mean, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're such a fucking moron. Both of these guys. Fox News, man. Unbelievable. A stupid fucking haircut. Look at these fucking... it's just what a shit show. Mr. Dan Brazilian going off about how he mourned the death of his cat longer than Erika mourned her husband. I'm just going to listen to 60 seconds of this.
It's mostly Jews, and Charlie Kirk talked about that.
Yeah.
You know, what did Charlie Kirk talk about right before they killed him? He absolutely unequivocally did not want Trump to go to war in Iran.
Yep, right.
And he started talking about the Jews that were pushing all the open borders. In fact, they're going to have to answer for that. And then one of the last texts that he sent out was that he's going to have to abandon, supporting Israel.
Right. Yeah. You know what is so disappointing about his death? Since his wife has became CEO of his company, she hasn't said not one word about that war.
Such a fucking scumbag. I mean, she is like literally like the face of profiteering off somebody's debt. Like, she is the textbook definition of a grift.
Right.
It's like, dude, I mourned my cat for like 5 times as long as she mourned her husband.
Right.
Like, dude, when I had to put down my cat, I was fucking devastated for that for like a month and a half. Like, bro, like,
dude, I'm dreading that day, man. Yeah.
Dude,
I got a couple dogs and a cat.
Like a week after her husband was like killed on national TV in a fucking crazy, horrific way, she's like jumping up and down about hat sales.
Right. T-shirts. How much money they made. I was like, man, come on. And then since this war took place, it's like you was Charlie's wife, and you're not going to step up and to the plate and say and express the same sentiment he was sharing before he was shot and killed.
Exactly.
She's silent about the Iran war.
Like, the least she could do for his legacy is at least support his beliefs on, the Iran, and not like completely turn around what he built. He built Turning Point. So to now like point that whole base in the opposite direction as he felt with Iran, I think is super fucked up.
Yeah. She was on Fox News.
The mute minute. Yeah, all those beards do look taped on, don't they? It's a good point. Yeah, they are twins. They're called the Hodge twins, and they have their own podcast. I'll say with all these guys, you even with Dan, you can never trust anybody 100%. None of them. And there's nobody out there that we can trust 100%. Nobody. They can be the most important person in the world. They could be, say all the right things. We just can never trust anybody. Dan was a Navy SEAL. He claims to have taken $50 million. I think he took 18 million in one night off of some Russian billionaire, but he claims to have won $50 million playing poker online. And he got famous with hanging out with a bunch of, Instagram models. They didn't have OnlyFans back then. Instagram models and at his house and doing crazy shit. But yeah, you can only trust yourself. That's it. So, and one of the great tactics of, a master manipulator is steer you in the right direction most of the time. They're your best friend. They say everything correctly. They care about you. And then but at that crucial point, then that's when they get you. And I see that happen a lot with some of these guys. They're 99%. Oh, that's awesome. But then sometimes it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. Just like how Erika Kirk is silent on the Iran war. Who else is silent on the Iran war? Who should be talking about it that's not? That's what I think about sometimes. I knew there was something about Dan B. Yeah, that's who he was. He had at least one podcast on Joe Rogan, maybe 2. Interesting guy, but is he just controlled opposition? Is he playing on the same team as the people like Randy Fine? Did he get permission to call Randy Fine a fat Jew? And this is all just a charade? It's possible. And if it's not, can he even really do anything? I mean, I like the concept and I'm willing to get behind it, but I'm never going to get involved in politics again. But it would be cool if the story was true, that just a normal dude that, well, not really normal, but somebody that really kind of has the same values as most Americans is going to do something about it because he has influence and money and, you know. But the fact that we have people like this that are fucking running for government, it should just scream some things to us about how the system is broken. You know, surely there's got to be qualified people out there, CEOs that run businesses and stuff like that. Why aren't they running for politics? Because they know better. They're not ignorant, I guess. Find out where their money comes from. Yeah, that's it. Follow the money. Be careful where you get your money from. But we wish him luck. Here you've got Frank Turek, Mikey McCoy, and Rob McCoy. Mikey McCoy was supposed to be Charlie's best friend. What does he do when Charlie's killed? Walks away. Puts the phone to his ear and just zombie-like walks away from the scene. Doesn't run, just walks. I don't even know what they're talking about here. It's only 14 seconds.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know the future, but it's possible.
Hold on. Let me turn it up.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know the future, but it's possible that Charlie's impact will be greater now than if he had lived.
Yeah, and I want to conclude with this because this is what.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know the future, but it's possible that Charlie's impact will be greater now than if he had lived.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of fucking psychopaths up there, man. Stone cold murderers. If you want to look at some non-political, look at Pahua, Hawaii, and the 175 missing people in the last 5 years. They're called Cinderland. Wow. I think I've heard about that, actually. I'll write that down. I'll look at it. I bet you they could, if there's a bunch of people missing, the first place I'd go look would be Larry Ellison's island. You know, he bought one of those islands for himself. That's where I'd go look. This village is going to go down like, damn, crazy. Yeah, I will definitely look into that. What is this?
It's America first.
And Alex are outside.
This is America. This is not Israel. You're a cuck for Israel.
I do.
You're a foreign agent. Yeah, you're a
This is
foreign agent.
Israel.
You're a foreign agent. You suck Israel cock.
You would beat him in a fight. I'm not shaking your hand.
That dude that said that you suck Israel cock. So Nick Fuentes right here, I guess they went to the Turning Point event, got kicked out. I don't know who the dude in the suit is, but that's Jake Shields back there, former UFC fighter. And he would beat the fuck out of that guy. But he would also go to jail because you're not supposed to beat up civilians. I don't know if a security guard counts as a civilian or not. But good for those guys. Here's Jake Shields again, talking about how when the UFC was owned by Italians, they actually gave out bonuses. Now that it's owned by the shady Jews,
I realized, like, oh, their mob was looking like I mentioned earlier, Rabbi Shmuley.
Yeah.
His family had done like gun running.
Yeah, for the Israeli regime, it's true. Same thing with the Emanuel family. You know, Rahm Emanuel,
He
Ari
bought the
Emanuel.
UFC. You know, he bought the UFC.
I do.
The UFC is literally owned his dad. His father was a literal
Yo,
terrorist.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I don't get free tickets to the UFC anymore. After I called
Really?
that out, I called that out. Then all of a sudden, that's UFC. I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
I'm sorry,
I
fam.
can watch on TV. Truth is more important.
Yo, you got Jude. That's what happened. You got Jude.
Yeah, I liked it. It used to be ran by the Italian mob. Now it's ran by the Jewish mob.
Well,
but the Italian mob guys were a lot cooler to me than the.
You know what?
I don't know if they were, but their family was an old mob.
No, you know what it is, that people can say what they want, but Italian mafia, they still live by some degree.
Code.
Some degree of a moral code.
They had a lot more of a codes than like Dana White and stuff. Those guys, I'm not going to say anything bad about the Fertitta brothers who owned it. They own Red Rock Casino. They own, again, they're probably not really a mob anymore.
They own
the
Zuffa
mob
too?
is kind of, well, they sold it.
They sold Zuffa to Emmanuel.
Yeah, they always treated me good. They gave me some large bonuses. And then like Dana would try to take credit for them. It's like Rich Lorenzo called me and gave me that money. Because they do have kind of like that code where they want to be like, oh, you've been good to me here. We're going to give you this. And it does be like, but that can help when you need some fucking money and they give you a good chunk of money. Nothing to them, but it's still like, okay, at least he paid me far beyond my contract.
Yeah,
I don't think the UFC is doing that anymore because everyone's always like the fighters are underpaid. It's true. But before Lorenzo would take care of the people he liked, sometimes by a lot more than your contracts.
Yeah.
So the guys you like, the good team players, which again, that's kind of a manipulative manner because it makes you have to kind of play by the rules.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Still, at least
I need to look this up. You guys are talking about Cinderland. See if I can find anything. Huh. I've seen a few things related to it, but no videos or nothing. I'll definitely check into that. That's crazy. Let's listen to these two losers for a second. Blake Neff and Andrew Colvett. The two people who still use the Charlie Kirk name for their show.
I'll tell you that we, Tyler would tell the story. I'll let him tell it because he was more directly involved. He put together a whole group of people that are based in Virginia, that are based in D.C., conservative groups, and put a proposal together to train those groups to deploy our ballot chase efforts the way we do it and the time frame it would take. And there was a big proposal put forward, and it was turned down, and people didn't want to fund it. So it is what it is. Until our side invests the same amount of money and enthusiasm in GOTV, in canvassing, in voter relationships, voter reg, as it does it with consultants and media buyers, we're going to continue to come up just short, and the country's going to really be damaged as a result. That's just the bottom line. We have to be demanding more ballot chase, more canvassing, because, you got to have the media spend. You got to have the air war and the ground war. They have to come together in the middle, because, listen, you can't do one or the other. And by the way, if you're going to continually get outspent when you're sitting on mountains of cash, which if you kind of tally it together, all these PACs and all these groups on the right, we have a lot of cash right now. And you can say, oh, we're keeping our powder dry for the midterms. You just lost 4 House seats.
Does anybody know what they're talking about? And who are they? Why? What this is the academic military industrial complex, a secret breakaway civilization of people that have taken over the government. And this is one of the extensions, their media outlet are these two guys. He says, on our side? What side? You're not on our side, dude. We don't got nothing to do with you guys. They're trying to they've like just hijacked the entire Republican Party. And now it's all of a sudden out of nowhere, it becomes everything is Turning Point USA when it comes to that side. You know, JD Vance will run under the Turning Point USA. And Turning Point, what Republican is going to have more money than whoever Turning Point backs? Because they have all these Jewish donors and all this stuff. So that's what we're going to get. Unless we vote Democrat. We'll get JD Vance, which is JD Vance and Erika Kirk are lockstep, even more than, I mean, Trump and Erika are lockstep, but JD Vance and him are either like they're actually having sex or they're brother and sister or both. You know, that's how close they are. These are the two stooges for sure. Clowns. Like anybody, this is what I'm saying though, like in the real world, nobody gives a fuck what these guys say. Nobody, literally nobody. If we were to check their analytics, nobody watches the show. Nobody cares what their political opinion is, and they would literally have zero political influence on anything for anybody. But because they're backed by the military-industrial complex, they have all the power in the world. And it doesn't matter if they say red, blue, green, or black, that it's going to get out there, and it's going to be in front of all of our faces. Because Erika Kirk and these guys, they are the new movement. It's weird because it's so hard to just put it to words what it is. Is it Israel? Is it Turning Point USA? Who are these people? There's a lot of them. And the real players, these are just the puppet faces that they put in front of us. The Erika Kirks, the Mikey McCoys, these two clowns. The people with the power and the money, we don't even know who they are that are actually pulling the strings. Oh, these guys, these fucking clowns. Speaking of clowns, listen to this.
Guess what? I'm a little late to the party, but yesterday I bought a Bored Ape.
Actually?
Yeah.
How much?
220 ETH.
He bought a Bored Ape for 220 ETH. Okay. A Bored Ape for 220 ETH. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, Patty, you're grateful. You have no idea what that means. He bought a Bored Ape for 220 ETH. Any ideas what that means? Oh, you have a video on Cinderland? Awesome. So I had to look this up yesterday. What the fuck is a Bored Ape? A Bored Ape is an NFT, a non-fungible token. So now I'm sure you guys are crystal clear what I'm talking about now, right? You probably went, oh, that's what it is. Of course. It's an NFT, a non-fungible token. What the fuck is a non-fungible token? Well, I will show you. And he said 220 ETH or whatever. That's $700,000 that he spent. Let's see. Do I have to go to another page now? Hold on. Here we go. Sorry, guys, my computer jams up when I'm live streaming. What happened? There we go. So this is a Bored Ape. It is a digital piece of property. It's a digital graphic that you can't copy. This particular one is worth 8.6489 ETH, which is $20,000 to buy a Bored Ape digital thing. And that guy said he spent $700,000 on a Bored Ape. And let's see here. Yeah. I seen a couple yesterday that were worth over $1 million. These are all just in the 20. Oh, wait, how much is this one? No, 10. Anyway. Let me close this stuff out. It's logging my computer down. There we go. The scenery on that video is real grateful, but the amount of people missing, wow, I'm gonna have to check it out. Right. Yeah, the world is crazy. You got to be careful where you go on vacation. But that the Bored Ape thing, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So let's go back to watch these clowns talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
That is so much fucking money, bro. That's like $700K. What do you buy? It's a fucking monkey. I'm just kidding. I got Bored Apes. Yo, welcome to the club. Let's go. It's a blue chip NFT. It's here to stay. Community is strong. The branding strong. It's part of culture. I think it's a good buy.
Guess what? I'm a little late to the party, but yesterday I bought a Bored Ape.
Actually?
Yeah.
How much?
220 ETH.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
That is so much fucking money, bro. That's like $700K. What do you buy? It's a fucking monkey. I'm just kidding. I got Bored Apes. Yo, welcome to the club. Let's go. It's a blue chip NFT. It's here to stay. Community is strong. The branding strong. It's part of culture.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Why is this the world that we live in?
And I will tell you that we
want to check out this video real quick. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but the Cinderland thing, I'll put it on here. Give me 1 sec. Got that. Okay. History.
of people going missing. It's a little scary.
It's almost like the Bermuda Triangle.
There's something going on the Big Island. There are too many people that just disappear into thin air.
3 days before her disappearance, they mobbed her, tried to strangle Shanice.
His sleeping bag was missing, almost like he was taken in the middle of the night.
This is crazy. People are just vanishing off the face of the earth.
As somebody who lives on this island, you believe that there is bad stuff happening to people.
It's not a belief, it's actually happening.
The island either accepts you or it eats you alive. Sometimes the island takes something as a sacrifice.
I wish my mind come back.
What happened? Like, he's just gone.
This is Law and Crime Investigates. It would seem impossible for an island, a body of land, to summon people. But somehow the island of Hawaii does. Positioned at the very end of the Hawaiian Islands, below Maui, the Big Island, as it's called, is vast and isolated. And that's why it calls to people, calls them to its commanding mountains, intoxicating rainforests, and its brooding volcanoes. Its beauty makes people think nothing bad happens here. The Big Island has kept its secret, the secret of its missing people, until now.
So he wore this a lot. Tiger necklace, he wore that all the time. And then he had this sword that he keep by my bed. That was his. So here's us when we were in football. He was 69, I was 9.
I have to check that out. Sounds pretty interesting. I mean, there's so many possibilities. You know, I mean, it's got to be, it's definitely an organized, you know, operation, whoever's taking him. I feel like they're taking him off the island. You know, whoever does it has a way of getting them, and then they just Shanghai him, take him right off the island. I think they take him to another island. Myself. There's probably a fucking Jeffrey Epstein island hidden on those islands somewhere. I would not doubt it. Especially now that, you know, Larry Ellison bought that one island. Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy to think about, you know, especially if they just vanish like that. Like, and you're wondering what happened to them, you know. I knew a couple people from Hawaii, and they get, you know, the island fever is real when, you know, they have to get off the island. In fact, I need to call that dude and talk to him about this, see what he knows. I'm sure he knows some stuff. Lava tubes. Yeah. Yeah, what island does Larry Ellison on? Let me see if I can see anything on here. See if YouTube has anything.
Oracle billionaire Larry Ellison has relocated to Lanai, the Hawaiian island he has spent $500 million developing. Ellison has purchased 98% of the island and transformed it into a sustainable experiment. Ellison now lives on Lanai full-time and intends to work from the island using the power of Zoom. Here's how Ellison came to own Lanai and what he has planned for the island. Welcome to Planet Lux, and in this video we'll take a look inside Larry Ellison's private Hawaii island. When most people think of private islands, they envision small, isolated islands with a single resort for their wealthy owners. However, because Lanai is the 6th largest of the Hawaiian Islands and has a town where visitors can visit and stay at the luxury Four Seasons resorts, it appears Larry Ellison did not buy it for his personal use. According to a report, tech billionaire Larry Ellison's purchase of a Hawaiian island has made life on the tropical paradise so expensive that the families who have lived there for generations have been forced to leave. Ellison, the 77-year-old Oracle CEO, whose net worth is estimated to be $94.5 billion by Forbes, purchased 98% of Lanai. It is a secluded island in Maui County. He paid $300 million for the island's 90,000 acres, which include 2 Four Seasons resorts that provide the majority of jobs, homes, and commercial properties for the island's 3,000 residents. According to Bloomberg, Ellison, who grew Oracle into a $200 billion behemoth, developed the...
This guy, this is one of Trump's best friends. This guy is the owner of CBS. They basically own the UFC now. Well, they have the TV rights anyways. Hold on, let me see here. What businesses, companies does Larry Ellison and his son own? Yeah, he owns all kinds of shit. Skydance Media, Paramount Global, 98% of Lanai, was a major Tesla stockholder. He's in healthcare, data companies, NetSuite. So he starts companies and then he starts another company and buys one company. Does shit like that. He's just a creepy fuck. He was the one that Trump went on one night and said, "Oh, we've got a cure for cancer. You just got to take a vaccine," or some bullshit. And this guy was on stage with them. Big money.
The area to the point where small business owners and other working class residents have been priced out. Soon.
But Larry Ellison, he's creepy. He's the guy that'll go on stage and he said he will say something like a cop will wear their body cams, and then when a cop has to go pee, they can request permission to turn off the body cam. But we don't really turn off the camera, he says. We actually store the data. Nobody will look at it unless there's a court order. It's like just fucking a weirdo. Straight fucking weirdo. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people didn't end up missing. That were missing didn't end up on his island. Let me see here. See if I can find that one video.
Body cameras. We completely redesigned body cameras. Our body cameras cost $70. Normal body camera costs, I don't know, $7,000. Our body cameras are simply lenses, two lenses attached to your vest, attached to the smartphone that you're wearing. And we actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way you turn it on, you can't turn it on. The truth is, we don't really turn it off. Well,
that was weird. It skipped it. Let me go back.
We don't really turn it off. What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order.
That's crazy. They cut out the part where it said the cop, if the cop wants to go pee, they ask, and we don't really turn it. They clip that out because they don't want him to sound like a creep. You still sound like a creep, dude. And we remember when you said that. I think all they do is worry about their stuff and their money. Someone trying to take it away. It drives them. Yeah. True. Yeah.
So you get the privacy you requested, but court order, if you get a court order, we will, judge, can order, I want to look at that, this so-called bathroom break. If something comes up, and plus I'm going to lunch with my friends. We won't listen in unless there's a court order. But it's interesting. But we transmit the video back to headquarters. So headquarters and AI is constantly monitoring the video. Remember this terrible case in Memphis where the 5 police officers basically beat to death another citizen in Memphis? Well, that can't happen because it would be on TV at headquarters. Everyone would see it. Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras.
Yeah, he has such a way of trying to spin his propaganda, but this is basically it's the digital ID social credit score system. They already use it in China, where there's those. They're not CCTV cameras. They're more high tech AI cameras, facial recognition, all this kind of crazy stuff. They monitor our every movement, so it's not just going to be the police that they're watching in the bathrooms. It's going to be us. And does anybody want to trust these fucking sickos to say that, oh, we won't watch it unless there's a court order? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, but that's Larry Ellison for you. That's the type of guy he is, And he also says that they had a cure for cancer and all this stuff.
What is your connection to Israel?
Well, the renewal of the Jewish state is something that I think touches all of us. For 2,000 years, we were a stateless people. And now we have a country of our own, defended by all the brave men and women of the IDF. So anything we can do to support them who, devote their lives for preserving the state of Israel.
So, long story short, Israel owns Hawaii. Lanai is owned by Israel, if you just heard that. Is Larry Ellison an American citizen? Does he have dual citizenship? Why did he just say a country of their own? You know what I mean? That's who these people are.
What he's doing is he's going to have to go out for money. I'm really smart. I work for the Wall Street Journal. And I said, who are you? This guy's landing rockets. He's landing rockets on robot drone rafts in the ocean. And you're saying he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, who else is landing rockets? You ever land a rocket? Okay, you're telling me he's an idiot. I just want to know who you are so I know. Why should I believe you as opposed to my friend Elon, and we're out here watching this rocket land, which I think is really cool. And you're there in front of your Apple Macintosh and typing up an article saying Elon's an idiot. I had to get that.
Well, there's a lot there in that statement because I understand what he's saying, but I don't believe anything about space. I think that's complete bullshit. The entire everything. I mean, it's hard to even put it to words. The layers, the levels of bullshit once you take off in a rocket. I mean, and to each their own and whatever. I mean, it's just none of us could be right because it's just we just believe what you believe when it comes to that kind of stuff. But me personally, I don't even believe that those rockets fucking land the way they say they land. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I just go off my own personal instincts. I think it's all bullshit myself. AI is writing all the code. Yeah, I'm done with Larry Ellison. Fuck that guy. I think that's all the videos I had, guys. So I'm going to end it there. I made a bunch of old-fashioned jelly nougat candy yesterday because somebody wanted to order some for tomorrow. So I got to package that up. I got some Fruity Pebble bark that I made that I got to break up and package that up. Actually, I got to go to the store and get some more containers. And just pretty much just get ready for tomorrow, for this weekend. Go babysit my granddaughter again today. We had fun yesterday. She was here. I'll listen to this. The nougats. Listen to this video. I can't play it for you guys on screen, but it is freaking hilarious. Let's see here. We'll do this one.
Don't you dare close your eyes, and the last I see tonight. Don't you dare make the light, and the last I see tonight. Don't you make the fright.
Yay! Thank you.
Don't you dare.
We were at the school yesterday. Here, let's see. I got another one here. That one's kind of hard to hear, but she's singing, I don't know what song that is, K-pop Demon Hunter or Frozen or, I have a few more too, but I didn't record them straight from my camera. It was from Messenger to her mom. Let me see here. See if I can find one more. Where's Messenger at? There we go.
And the last I see tonight. Don't you dare make the night. Can you be Red Rider and I'll be Rapunzel?
Sure. So what do I got to do?
Like you just have to wait.
Rapunzel? Rapunzel, what are you doing?
I'm going to get my makeup on.
I got to pretend to be everybody. I got to pretend to be this king, this prince. Pretend I'm Cinderella. Pretend I'm walking to the restaurant. Pretend. Sometimes I get the word Papa Jason. Pretend you're this like 10 times in less than 30 seconds. It's so much fun though. Yeah, she's got a voice. That's the first time she's done that. That's why I recorded it yesterday. I never heard her. Well, her mom recorded her singing Justin Bieber, which she made me put that on yesterday. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. Right here. She's not singing in that one. This one, she's standing in front of the TV while his video's playing, and she's just dancing away. It's freaking hilarious. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and then it was. She made me listen to it yesterday, right? And then my daughter comes home. We start talking, and we were actually listening to Justin Bieber when she comes home. And she's telling me that I guess he's going on tour in 2027. And the rumor has it it's only going to be a few spots. Now, my daughter is she is the ultimate concert ticket winner and contest winner that you'll ever meet. She won a $5,000 essay contest on iHeartRadio where Ryan Seacrest called her when she was 17. And she wasn't even old enough to get the money. They had to give it to her mom. And put the check in her mom's name. But not only that, she's won, so many concert tickets. Who knows how many. My daughter knows, like, members of boy bands and shit like that. But she was telling me that in order to go to Justin Bieber, it's going to cost a fortune because apparently he's not going to go to that. He's not going to have that many stops on his tour. So, yay. I said yay because they got to get up close and they want to meet Justin Bieber and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I can't even believe it's still like that with that guy, but apparently it is. Apparently he's worth more money now than ever. I think he was the highest paid performer of all time at Coachella this last time. So, yeah, fun times with the granddaughter. All right, guys, Patty Grateful. I'm going to head out. Get working. I did get everything done yesterday that I set out to do. Got the haircut, got my stuff mailed, went shopping, worked in the kitchen. I made dark chocolate turtles, made the nougat, did everything. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Your daughter would probably go see 100. I can guarantee. I lost count. We live south of Tacoma. We live in Tacoma, which is south of Seattle. Most of the concerts are in Seattle. Some are at the Tacoma Dome. But I was always the chauffeur to a lot of the concerts for her and her friends in Seattle. I didn't trust anybody else taking them up there. And Seattle was a lot safer than it is now. Now I wouldn't even let her go up there. Now she's an adult. Well, she does once in a while. Backstreet Boys. Who was those other ones that were super popular she was into? One Direction with Harry Styles. And for my daughter, I remember going to Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, when it was a Hannah Montana movie premiere, first ever in 3D. And then it had the Jonas Brothers. It's the first time I ever seen them sell like popcorn and drinks inside the actual theater where the movie theater's at. And there were so many girls with blonde wigs on, and they were all yelling, Hannah, 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 while we were waiting in line to get in. It was fucking crazy. That's what it's like to have a daughter. NSYNC. Yep. NSYNC for sure. One Direction. All those guys. Yes, keep up the good work. Thank you, Grateful. All right, guys. Have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out.